right. Hello. That's a little bit late, but I wanted to hop in here because I made a promise, and I'm a firm believer in do what you say you're going to do. So I said I was going to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing here in Nashville, give you a little bit more of a recap. I did a little bit of a video to showcase a little bit of what we did yesterday, but yeah, wanted to at least come on here, give you a little bit more of an update, but also give you the opportunity if you have any questions, asking if we've seen certain artists or anything like that. This is a kind of a cool opportunity for me to try to kind of bring you along for the ride. So hope you're having a great night, but it has been a very, 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 very busy day, but in the best way. So wanted to, again, give you the opportunity to hear a little bit more as soon as I could. And I've got a little bit of a gap. Just got done watching John Party play at the Stage. If you've ever been in Nashville, the Stage is a cool bar that is literally right on Broadway Street. And I see Doug, looks like Douglas on Instagram. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? So Stage, one of my fondest memories of being in Nashville is all the way back in like 2017 time, before anybody knew who Luke Combs was, walking in and seeing Luke on the stage right there. It was a cool thing. So now being able to go back and seeing John Party perform, his opener was Vincent Mason, and Vincent is awesome. Had the opportunity to spend some time with Vincent here today as well, which you can see that picture right there. So that was a cool opportunity to see him and watch him perform. Not only saw him today at the Stage, but also saw him earlier at the Ryman Auditorium. Something else really cool that happened at the Ryman Auditorium. I'm going to try to see if I can switch this the right way. If you don't know who that is, that's a gentleman by the name of Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr, one of the Beatles, was actually at the Ryman Auditorium, and he didn't perform, but he was still there and still gave a little bit of a speech and said, hey. So that was really, really, really cool to see. And just to be in the Mother Church of Country Music, Ryman Auditorium, with a legend who has formed not only so many artists' lives, but really changed music as a whole. It's just one of those kind of surreal moments. So it was pretty awesome. Carolyn on Facebook. Katie, hi, how are you too? Carolyn says, glad you're enjoying your time in Nashville. I'm having a great time. And we were talking about Vincent just a minute ago, right before Ringo. And I'm telling you, this guy is extremely talented. One thing I did not include in the conversation from last night or the recap video is I got to hang out with Gavin Adcock as well. Gavin actually was at Old National Center, the Egyptian Room, a few months back in Indy, and actually had Vincent open for him on that tour. So it was kind of cool to be able to talk about that a lot. So, all right. So Ringo, that was another cool thing. We'll talk a little bit more about the Ryman Auditorium here in just a minute. Shane, hey, buddy. Miss you too, brother. Hey, we'll be back next week as well. And I'm just going to throw out there too, I can't say thanks enough to Deb for being amazing. She is, I've talked to everybody down here. They're like, hey, everything's going up in Indy. And just everybody just raves about how amazing Deb is. And I can't understate that. She is awesome. So I'm so happy that she is essentially giving me the opportunity to be down here and kind of get a little bit insight of what is coming up next in country music and what we have to look forward to in Indy. So pretty amazing. So we're going to talk more here about the Ryman in just a second. But another cool thing that we've been able to do is we talk about new music. And one of my favorite people, human beings in the world, not just in country music, is Dylan Scott. And so we had the opportunity to see and hear a little bit of a preview of what's coming up from Dylan's new album. And I'm telling you, you're going to hear some music on the radio really soon from Dylan. That's really, really good. And some of the best. And he even said today too, it's arguably going to be his biggest song. It already kind of is, but this sound's been too good to us. Obviously, it's a great song, great hit. We love it here. We love it in Indy, not here. I'm in Nashville right now, but a great song. But there's so much that we have to look forward to. So if you love Dylan already, you're going to love him even more when he releases this new project. So we'll talk more about that as that time comes. But some of the other things, and actually, hold on just a second. I'm going to grab something too, because this is one of my favorite things to collect whenever we come down here to Nashville for Country Radio Seminar. And this is a way that every year that we do this, we can reflect back and be like, oh man, I remember when this artist was playing, this artist was doing this. It was really, really cool. So give me just 1 second. All right. Here we go. All right. So some of the artists, this is the luncheon that we had today, where we had the Ryman Auditorium and some artists from record labels from Universal Music Group, like Mercury, Nashville, MCA, EMI Records, Capitol Records. We had artists like Tucker Wetmore. We love Tucker. He was at 8 Seconds. He's another one of our Bushlight Neon Nights artists. Fantastic guy. We had Josh Ross. We love Josh Ross in Indy too. Josh is one of the greatest dudes, and he killed it today. Performed a song that I've never heard before, but it was a very emotional song and a very personal song and a very relatable song. And he did it raw and in front of as many people as he did. It was a really, really, really great performance. So big fan of Josh. John Party, again, I saw him at the stage here just a little bit ago. He also played there. Brad Paisley was there. Parker McCullum. Talked about Vincent Mason already. Bryce Leatherwood. Bryce is another one of our Bushlight Neon Night alumni as well. And what's cool about that performance, which might be a little bit, we'll say, inside baseball, if you will, for me, but we're friends, so I'm going to just kind of, tell you a little bit more. My hometown is Eau Claire, Wisconsin, technically Elk Mound. A lot of people don't know where that is. And just down the road from there is a town called Pleasantville. And the fiddle player for Bryce Leatherwood that played at the Ryman is from Pleasantville, Wisconsin, just down the road from my hometown. And so it was a really cool moment that a small town guy that worked his butt off and actually was a fiddle player for Carrie Underwood for a long time too, and is doing a lot of other really great things, is performing on that stage right in front of me. It was a cool moment to be able to see that. So also, I implore you, if you have any questions, if you want to know anything specifically about the trip here in Nashville, Brooks O'Brien is down here with me too. And so we're just kind of trying to divide and conquer all of the things. And she's going to post a bunch of pictures and stuff too. So we're having a great time and just exploring and learning more about what the future of country music looks like for us. And there's a lot of great things, because there's a lot of other artists that we're going to discover that you may have heard of, maybe you haven't. Carter Faith, her performance at the Ryman Auditorium was incredible. This was an experience that you see her and you're like, okay, she is talking. She's got a great story, and she's saying a lot of really cool things. But then you hear her sing, and hearing her voice and her control and the range, there's so much. You're just like, holy cow, out of that little person comes this enormous voice. It is truly something that I'm excited for us for country music. And we know that, we've got a lot of great female artists that are up and coming, with like Ella Langley and Megan Maroney and even Lainey Wilson, what she's done for country music too. But there's so mmany more artists that are on the horizon too. So Carter Faith is one of them. Another one is Belle France. She was incredible too. And I'm going to try to do this. I don't even know if this is a song that's out in streaming yet, but I'm going to tell you a little broad brushstroke version of the song that she sang. And this is real country music. It is deep country music. It is heartfelt country music, where she sang a song about how she has a wedding dress for sale. It's a white dress for sale. And you're trying to figure out exactly what this story is and what she's trying to say in the song. And then it eventually gets to the point where she says, I've got a dress for sale. And, I wasn't quite a bride, or wasn't quite a widow, but not quite a bride either. And it was just like one of those songs that you're like, you thought it was maybe he left and she just was left with stress. But then she tells the story and says that he actually passed away. And it's just like, you get goosebumps. It hits you in the heart. And it's just like, man, it just makes me really, really, really excited for these artists and what we have coming. So not to go on a long tangent, I just very much love country music, if you don't know that. Other great performances, Tyler Hubbard played a song he'd never played before. And that was cool. And it was just a song about how he wants his kids to be who they are, no matter what that looks like. And the song is kind. It takes you on a journey where it's like you think he's going to say, hey, I just want you to grow up and be kind, to be a nice person, be a good person, whatever. But it's more about, being a good person yourself and just being the kind of person that you want to be. And so it was a really cool song too, and a different sound. It wasn't a Florida Georgia Line sound. It wasn't a Park or 5'9" type sound. It was different, and it was really, really good. So there's that. A couple of other artists, Jordan Davis came out, and he is always amazing. The Crow Boys, new duo that came out on stage, and I think there was a third person in the band. He wasn't able to make it, but awesome performance too. And these young kids, great harmonies, brothers, and they're a different sound and something that's really, really good. So, Brothers Osborne, speaking of brothers, they were there. Funny, they've got a song that's going to be coming to you real soon. It's got tempo, it's fast, and it's great. Dirk Bentley, Luke Bryan, unfortunately wasn't able to make it. Dirk's played a song, She Hates Me, and that was fun too. And Dirk's is always awesome. So those were a couple of the performances. I get to go hang out with Russell Dickerson this morning. Russ is good. We had a breakfast type meeting in a suite at the hotel, and got to talk. He's super excited to be in Indy. We've got a lot of really fun things that are going to be coming up with Russ as well. So you kind of want to make sure you keep listening, because we're going to give you opportunities that you've never had before. Likely, maybe you have. In that case, it's really cool, and you'd be really lucky. But very likely an experience you've never had before. So keep listening to FMS, and you might have a really, really cool experience with Russell Dickerson. So trying to think if there's anything else that happened. Talking about Gavin Adcock, I got to play beer pong with Gavin Adcock last night. It's just kind of a cool hangout and get to know each other. I say cool beer pong in quotes. There wasn't beer in the cups, but there was water, and it was just fun kind of competition. So it was great. So we're having a great time learning about country music, learning about how we can be better for you, and what we can do to make your passion for country music grow even further, because you're here for a reason, right? You're here watching the stream because you're a country music fan, just like we are. And we want to make sure that we try to be that bridge in any way we can for the songs and for the artists for you. So if you have any questions, if you got anything that you want to know, please let me know. I'm going to try to put some of these videos up from some of the performances that that I listed off. I've opened this water and I haven't drank it yet, so hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm going to try to put some videos up, a little bit of a recap, just to give you a visual of what some of these performances are that we saw today. So this is a little bit longer video than we normally do, so I apologize for that, but I felt like there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to tell you, because there was a lot of stuff that we did today. This is my first time being back in the hotel room and sitting down for more than 2 minutes, and I've got to get back going, because we've got a little dance decades type party that Lainey Wilson is hosting, and she's got some artists she's going to bring up for that too, and it's always a surprise every year, which is a lot of fun. Got a hangout type thing with Jelly Roll that's going to be happening here too tonight, so I'm going to go do that. And then we've got a blackjack event type thing with Low Cash, so Chris and Preston, our hometown boy, I saw them yesterday, and Preston's just amazing. Chris is great too. They're two of my, out of country music, out of any of the artists, they're the two people I've known the longest, and they've just always been great. Jake, great question. And Melanie asked kind of the same thing. What was your favorite performance so far? Really great questions. And Jake, do you get to see Eric Church's performance? I did. And so far, that was my favorite. Eric's been on quite a journey in the last couple of years and how he's been doing his shows live and his songwriting and his artistry. Not only did he close out the show at the auditorium, but he actually told an incredible story that went along with that performance. And on top of that, brought out a choir part of the way to sing along with him. And it was one of those things that when you go to these events and you have a bunch of artists playing 1 to 2 songs, it's great. And you have a lot of those great opportunities, but there's usually always just one that stands out. And Eric's by far was that one. It was goosebumps for sure. And it was something that I wish I could kind of relive again today, because it was that good. So that was probably my favorite performance. And it was everything you thought. I'm going to try to put it up. I can't put it up here because I'm not 100% sure how that works on Facebook. I'm going to see if I can put it up on like TikTok or something, or Instagram Reels, and try to give you a little bit of a snippet of it. So it's awesome. Very, very exciting. Melon, he is amazing. And, you look at the staples of country music and those artists that have kind of transcended time. And we think about back to, one of my longest running friends in radio as well, who I've known for 18 years, which she's actually responsible for me coming to Indy, and I'm going to be forever grateful for her. She actually was this close to getting a Carolina tattoo because she also loves Eric Church as much as we all do too. So it was basically a praise Eric type situation here today, because he really is great. So happy to have some new music from him, and excited that we got to see a great performance today. So let me tell you, just if you have any more questions, please. I'm doing this partially for that reason, because also I want to make sure you hear some stories that maybe you wouldn't get otherwise. But if you have any questions, I want to try to be that guy to pull the curtain back a little bit as much as I can. Tomorrow, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Kelsey Hart, get to see him. Harper Grace, get to see Jelly Roll. That's a cool thing too. Chase Matthew is playing at the Ryman tomorrow night. I got to hang out with Chase yesterday. Chase is one of the coolest guys. He's got a different type of sound when it comes to country music. It's not one way or the other. Usually he's been very much kind of pop leaning, and that's good. He's very much somebody you can distinguish. But some of the new music he has coming out, we did the album preview party yesterday with him, and there's some really, really good songs, and one that actually brought me to tears. But like I turned away so nobody could see that because I'm tough, right? No, I'm just kidding. It really was a song that did bring tears to my eyes, though. It's fantastic. So Chase has got some good stuff. Christina, what did you say? I thought I'd say hi. Maybe I'll get to meet you again this summer. Waiting for that. Listen. First of all, yes, please. I would love to make that happen. If you see us out of Ruoff or Everwise or 8 Seconds or anywhere, Walmart, Kroger, anywhere, please come up and say hi. Because that makes me happy, because I'd like to see you and talk with you. But if you think you're waiting for summer, we're kind of ready for winter and like cold weather in Indiana. The folks down here, not as much. We had some snow that came through last night and the night before, and luckily nothing really stood out and like stuck for today. But it's been really, really cold, and the walks that we've had to do from where our seminars are taking place down to Broadway and to the Ryman, it's been really chilly. It's been really, really cold, but it's been fun. I mean, it's been worth it. We're used to it. A lot of folks the first person I saw practically when I walked in has a place in Florida. And so this is where the day before, so Tuesday is when this conversation happened. Monday, I'm like, man, I was driving from Wisconsin back to Indiana, did the show on Tuesday morning, and then drove to Nashville right after. And he goes, man, it's so cold here. I'm like, dude, I was in Wisconsin 24 hours ago in negative 30-degree wind chill, and then drove through snow to get here. And he goes, yeah, well, 24 hours ago, I was on the beach shirtless. I'm like, we did not have the same days. Our days were so different. So it was really funny. It was a good time. So, Melanie, do you think you'll be bringing the new talent into the studio for interviews? I missed that aspect. Melanie, I love that question because that is absolutely something we are going to be doing more of this year. And I'm very excited about that. This is one of the things that we're doing down here is we're learning a lot about industry trends and a lot of audience research and what people are wanting from us. This is something that did come up. This is my goal. And that's the great thing is, Deb is such a great interviewer, and she loves to get to know these artists a lot as a personal level. And we want to make sure that she has that opportunity to do that as well. I'm such a music nerd, and I love asking questions about the songs and the writing and where were you when this happened and what led to that, and did you ever think about taking it this way, and all of those different things. And so, yes, our goal, we are absolutely going to be working on doing so much more of that. I'm telling you, we've got so much cool stuff in the works for you this year, and I'm so excited for you. And this is an opportunity, in the seminars and this time in Nashville is part of setting all of that stuff up. So people know FMS, the artists know FMS, the artists know Indianapolis and country music, and they know 8 Seconds, and they know Ruoff, and they know Everwest, and they know these venues, and they know how much you love country music and how much our audience loves country music. And so we're going to do our best to make sure we embrace that, give them that platform, and give you the opportunity to find your next favorite artist. That's what we want to do. We not to say this is going to be a very loaded statement, but WFMS builds superstars for you. And what I mean by that is we want to make sure we're giving you the best country. We're giving you the best artists that have the best songs, the best voices, the best engagement opportunities for you. And we really, really pride ourselves in trying to do that for you. So we've got a lot of great stuff going on, and I can't wait. I'm like, if you can't see the stupid smile on my face right now, as I spit when I say that, I'm so excited for us, and I'm so excited for you. So we're gonna have a big year in 2025. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Melanie, thank you so much for asking the question. Christina as well, and Jake and Shane, and appreciate y'all commenting and imploring me in this, because this is my favorite part of my job. And even talking with Brooks tonight when we were going and watching John Party, I turned to her and I'm like, Brooks, I don't know if you know this or not, but I just friggin' love country music, and I love music in general. So we're very blessed. We're very, very lucky. So if there's anything that you need from us, if there's anything that a question or like an artist or anything like that we can try to, snag a picture of or with, or a question about, or an experience, please don't hesitate. Comment below, let us know. We're going to do our best. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate y'all. And again, super excited to be back and doing the morning show with Deb on Monday. So in the meantime, got another day of seminars and a lot of running and gunning, but it's worth it. So, all right. I will see you guys. I've got to figure out what my next step is, because there's a lot of stuff going on. So, all right. Okay. Sorry, I had to check my phone if there's anything else cool I could say there. All right. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you soon.